All right. You might be wondering what we're up to. Well, we are getting packages from Ukraine. Okay. So, why are we getting packages from Ukraine? It's simple. And you will understand in just a minute if I manage to get this package open. I think this package is going to beat me. Oh, there we go. I was whacking on the wrong side of it. Okay. So now that I have proven my inferior intellect, let's take a look. So you may or may not be aware that I have been doing fishing stuff lately. And this is related to the fishing stuff. So I have to say it's extremely smaller than I expected. Let me finish getting this stuff out. I think it'll work. I really do. I may have to do some adjustments to make it work for me. Now, does this give you any ideas? And there's no holes drilled in this to be a receiver. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're just going to stick this in here just because, and kind of use that as a reference. Yes, those are adjustable. A little cheesy, but it's all right. So let me grab something real quick. Okay, so you probably may or probably may not remember the making of these injectors. They are bait injectors. And so I'll probably not remember to link that video at the end of this one, but maybe I will, or maybe I'll remember to do the card thing. Yeah, who knows? But anyway, so we got these. And what this is, it is a injection block for dual injection. So they made this block just a little bit below 5/8 of an inch. Because, and okay, just so you know, this is a technique to hide a line. So what they did was after machining, they I guess matched these two parts. They probably have a pin or something that holds them in place. Matched them, held them in place, and then did a rough grind or put it on a belt sander in the same direction as the cut line is going to be. And that helps to hide this cut line. So let me pull it loose so you can see the cut line. So there. And so that's what you end up with. You may or may not be able to see all kind of stuff on that surface that looks like ridges, but it's not. You run your fingers on it, that is like thousandths or less than thousandths of an inch. And so you're not, it's not a ridge. And here, okay, so it does fit down in here. If I take and do it that way, it seals back off perfectly fine. So what it is it's just not easy to get it in there. But see, because I made these exactly 5/8 inch, and that's what they're supposed to be. These are like 0.624 or 0.626 or 0.627. I made several of these ends, and it was just ranging in that. And I think it was anywhere from for each one that I made, anywhere between 0.624 to 0.627, I think, was on the high end. So I wanted this to be as exact so it wasn't sloppy inside of the molds. So let's throw this back together real quick. Okay. And that's hard to get in. And then it fits just fine. So, because I don't want, and then that holds it pretty good. So what I'll probably do is chuck this whole assembly up in my lathe and just take the barest little bit off, or I may get some steel wool, which the same difference will take some off, or I'll probably just trim it, just just barely kiss it. And let's see, that's tight, yeah. So, I mean, I can ram it down in there, but I don't want to. So, all right, so I'll do a little bit of touch up on these so that they fit inside this easier. Now, let's explain exactly what I got here and what the deal is. Pickle. So this is supposed to fit pretty loose, so that you'll have this in there, one on each side, and then you'll just kind of hold this in your hand to be able to do the injection, if that gives you an idea. And so this piece connects the two rods from end to end using this kind of handle. And so what I'll probably, or I may not do anything with those. I may just, no, I've got to, because this has got to be removed and added and removed and added. So I'll make an adjustment on them, but I'll probably just leave this put together as a single unit most of the time, because I probably won't do single injections with these, because the molds I've got so far, I forget who the name of the deal was, but I really had no issues with that mold doing or injecting all the molds that I have done so far. So, and I've also made a bigger one of these, so I'm really not going to need these. And so I'll probably leave these together with this setup for a dual injector. And what a dual injector does, so let's just get this rod off here. But what a dual injector does is injects two types of plastic at the same time. So if you'll notice, you've got a channel over here, and it's not connected to this side. It's split in the middle. A channel over here that comes down, and a channel over here that comes down. Now, if this is made properly, then both of these channels are exactly the same length, exactly the same diameter, and everything. And what that will allow is, if you do your part in making sure that the bait plastic is the same temperature with both colors. So you may want to put like a dark black, brown, whatever, and a white. And so this side would be injected where the belly would be on the bait, and this one would be injecting where the back would be on the bait. And so you get those two colors the same temperature, they're the same viscosity, and they should go through the channel the same. The internal bores on each of these two are exactly the same, within reason. I mean, there's minute hundreds of thousands of difference between the two, but not much. And if this channel is machined exactly the same on each side, then when you're pressing down evenly, then your plastic will flow down each of these channels all the way down here. And even though it leaves this block, it will go into the mold evenly and continue to distribute. And of course, the equal pressure of each side, it'll kind of be like that old Liquid Plumber, I think, commercial, where they have the two kinds in one bottle. And it does a foam thing. They squirt it down in there and it all goes down and finds a clog and mixes together at the right time. Well, this is kind of the same difference. So as these come down, they meet, and the pressures are against one another, so they continue to go down the mold evenly the same way. And so you'll have one color on one side of the mold and the other color on the other side of the mold, or the top or the bottom. It just depends on how you orient this going down into the mold. So you have to be aware of how your mold actually, the mold properties are, so that you don't end up trying to inject a top and a belly and you turn it the wrong way, and you end up with a fishing bait that's white on one side and dark on the other side, instead of dark on the top and white on the bottom where the belly is. So that is, hopefully that doesn't sound all complicated and confusing. But you got two alignment pins to hold in this point right here. This is made basically the same way that they would make molds for casting bullets. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Who knows? I might go to jail. So just going to put that back in there. Then you have this part, which again, this is you got this part that's just all thread that's in there, and this part right here to tighten that all thread. So these two pieces, you would go, well, let's do this. Let me back this out all the way. See if that's enough. All right. Open this up a little bit, so now I'm just going to kind of tighten that up a bit. Then we'll put this in there. And then, so probably what I'll do is, to keep it all kind of even, I'll probably run these about like that. And so it appears that these are almost perfectly beveled for this diameter. These would be perfectly designed for something a little smaller diameter than these. So what I'm probably going to do is, when I chuck these up to take and trim this end piece, and so I'll have to get them perfectly exact. And then I'll come in here and cut a small dado in here that this will just slip down into, and so it's in the exact same spot every time. And so this is basically the injector now, where you have one color that you're going to suck up on and inject on one side, and one color on the other side. And then on the bottom, you can see that hopefully, yes, one side is in line with this. One side is in line with this side, so you have the two different colors. They make these in 3 and 4 injectors, and I don't know, that's getting kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. This little kit right here is not really bad. Again, it comes from Ukraine, and it's made really well. And I owe the seller an apology because of my feud with the United States Postal Service, USPS, who sometimes delivers, sometimes don't, came, and while my daughter was next to the front door doing something, she suddenly heard some kind of a noise. I guess it was a car door closing. And she goes out there, and the mailman is leaving, having left a note saying, "I tried to deliver it, but nobody's there." Well, she was there, and he didn't knock. She didn't knock. They didn't knock, whoever. But they left a note saying nobody was there because they didn't want to deliver it. Doesn't make sense. Why get out of your vehicle, go all the way to a door to leave a note and not deliver a package? This package. Why? I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, so I'm done griping. So I'll probably pull my beautiful little handles off of this and I will install these handles in place. And it's pretty cool, I guess. These probably are some kind of generic handle that they probably drill through and put this aluminum shaft in, which no big deal. I mean, it's fine. I think that's a pretty good idea. It works fine. And so I'll replace these two knobs because I had originally made these to be individual injectors. And then they were so exactly the same, I was like, well, I ain't got no choice but to make a dual injector. And so I got this kit, which you see what it came with, which makes this a dual injector. So I'll go ahead and pull these off, be done with them. I won't have them anymore. I'll put this on there. And so these will be a dedicated dual injector system because I don't see where I'm going to need, because I don't intend to go into the bait making business, that, you know, I don't have enough time. I got too many hobbies. I like too much stuff. And so I can't. I'm sorry. I can't be a bait maker. But I'm going to make baits. I can't be a jig tire for profit, but I'm going to tie jigs. I can't be an electronic repairman, but I'm going to repair electronics. So I'm taking you along on all of it. So this is actually perfect. I think this is going to be just amazingly perfect. I was worried when I saw the box that it was going to be too small because I was really expecting something really big, but it's not. So this really is perfect in every way. I think this is going to work out great. I can't wait to try it out because I had so much luck and success with my very first injection that I'm really looking forward to hitting this job and seeing how it comes out. And of course, you know it's going to be a video because you guys are going to be there. You're going to be there. And so what you would do, tighten that up a little more. So what you would do is you would have 2 of your jars. You will have mixture colors. It'll be the color that you want, and you'll heat them up. And say heat this one up over here to 350, and it's cooling down. You heat this one up, check it pretty regular, and say this one cools down to 330, and you got this one heated to 330. Then it's time to inject. As soon as you got your temperatures the same, your viscosity is going to be the same, and they're going to inject the same. They have to be the same temperature, or within the range that you're shooting for, but they have to be, balanced between the two. Can't be very many degrees off between one and the other. So you take this, put it in there, use that handle to pull back, and then you'll load up the cartridge, put this in there, and then you would take and push to take and shoot until you filled this block up and got all the air out, and both colors are coming out the end. Then you know you're ready to inject because you've gotten all the air out of the tips, all the air out of the block, and then you're ready to put it on the mold and push down and inject. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to work out great. Basically self-explanatory. There shouldn't be having a whole bunch of questions on what and what. As far as this is concerned, I mean, it's kind of straightforward how it works and what it does. So here you have it. I look very, very, very forward to taking this out there and giving it a shot. And what I probably will do is do a little bit of video machining these channels in there, touching these tips, and then I think I may do that before publishing this video. And so I can put that in there, and then you can see this finished in all its glory, exactly the way it's going to be when it's ready to go. And then the next video on this will be using it, and hopefully we'll see how these O-rings in here are going to work. There we go. Yeah, you leave these things sitting there for a while, and those O-rings kind of stick in place, and you got to pull it to get it to move. Now, the rattling you probably hear is this rod, because what I was afraid, and also lazy, I just found a drill bit that was bigger than this and popped it straight through the tops when I made these plugs, because I didn't want to go through all the process of making it a tight fit. I could have made it airtight, but that was what I was afraid of, because I don't want it to be airtight, mainly because you can't pull it in and out if it's airtight. And it would be really hard to compress and pull. And even then, when I originally, decided, making these, and I looked at them, they were so much alike, I kind of decided then I was going to do a dual injector. So I was doing a lot of the work and stuff, thinking in the back of my mind that, man, you're going to have twice as much pressure you got to put on it, pushing these and all that good stuff. So make it sloppy in there, because it really doesn't hurt anything. These pistons are affixed to the bottom of the rod, so that little bit of slop means absolutely nothing. I could have made it tighter, but I didn't care. It's going to do everything that I want it to do, and hopefully we won't have any issues with these tips. I know they're kind of hard to get on and off, so but then again, the other one was, but when I started using it, it was easy to get on and off. So this may be somewhat of the same thing. So anyway, let's go out in the shop and do some work on this. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.